Hey, Zane.
Yes, Jeffrey.
Do you know what day it is?
Well, I'm hoping it's Friday and that this is Second Pour!
So today we're going to have a Chattanooga Whiskey.
That's right. We are having Chattanooga Whiskey.
Right after this.
So, Jeff.
Yes.
I say we pour this up.
Yeah.
And then you pontificate about the amazingness of what this bill is. Wait.
It's got a lot
about the fortifications.
The fortified barley in this whiskey.
I just so happen to have a glass that needs something in it.
Me too. Okay, let's pour this up.
Let's do it.
So, what do you think? We had this on Whiskeypop this week.
Yep.
Did you hear that? This bottle has the best.
Oh, it does.
Ready?
I mean, it's
like every time, right?
Yeah, no, it's great.
Every time. Man.
They know what they're doing.
Do they?
I don't know.
We're going to find out, right?
Yeah, we're going to find out. I'm just talking about the sound of the bottle.
Oh.
Is that quantitative? Actually, find out. Next week's episode is the pop of the cork. Does it matter?
Let's talk about this whiskey for a second.
Yeah.
Okay. Chattanooga Whiskey. It's a 91 proof, 45.5 ABV.
Right.
Aged for at least 2 years. Now, it has yellow corn, malted rye, caramel malted barley, and honey malted barley. This was kind of an experimental thing coming out of Chattanooga Riverfront Distillery. And this is the first distillery in Chattanooga, Tennessee in 100 years.
See, that's pretty great.
So they consider this a high malt whiskey.
Okay.
So high malt.
So we're going to jump in and start with snorking this said whiskey.
Snorking? Like the snorks?
He snorks.
The cheap aftermath of the Smurfs?
Yeah, that's right. The snorks. You got that right.
The snorkies.
Now, you know, it has a whiskey smell, if that makes sense, as opposed to like a malted smell.
Yeah, I mean, I'm still getting kind of the standard caramel.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of strong oak on that, though.
No. It's almost like if you had a aged moonshine.
An aged moonshine. I would dare say it's probably over 2 years, but it ain't 4.
No.
But, you know, you do get that malt sitting back there. Before
after you kind of give it a second, yeah, you can pick up a little bit.
For 91 proof, you can really go in there with this whiskey.
Yeah.
All right, I say, let's see the nose is.
Yeah, let's see what the nose actually
is.
is.
Be interested in the nose?
Let's see what the nose knows.
What's the nose? The nose is malted grains, caramel apple, popcorn, and black pepper.
Well, everybody's going to pick up like popcorns or corns when you have a high,
high proof.
And then the corn, that.
Oh, a high corn.
But
this isn't a high corn, it's a high malt.
But it rolls over.
Yeah, now we don't know what the mash bill is on. The mash bill on this, we don't know what it is because it was, it's not disclosed.
Just secret.
Now, one interesting about this we haven't talked about, they put this in a Solera barrel. So they say that the batch is about 8 to 12 barrels.
Yeah.
They then pour all of those barrels into a Solera cask, which is this, I'll put a picture right here. It's literally this giant barrel that they've charred.
Yeah.
And every whiskey runs through that.
That's interesting.
So kind of that Solera wine style. See, American...
so they're actually kind of keeping whiskeys in it the whole time, though, right? That's
it's constantly always got whiskey going through it.
So it's...
They say it's never empty.
It's never empty. So it's always partially the same batch, as it were. That's kind of fun.
So let's
I'm going to taste it.
Let's try this. For me, the popcorn comes out more in the flavor.
Yeah, I'm getting a little bit of like clam juice, a little bit of onion.
That might have been something we did on Whiskeypop this week.
Actually, first of all, the finish up front goes away pretty fast for me.
Yeah, it's a really quick finish. Even though we haven't got to the finish, it's a quick finish.
No, yeah, but I'm just saying like that I'm going to have to re-sip to get my first...
Hold it in there, right?
Yeah.
Let's hold it in there. The hug's a little longer.
Yeah. It has heat.
There's a little bit of heat to it. Honestly, I think all the flavor in the palate to me is muted.
I was surprised at how little there's going on in the taste.
Let's talk about the palate.
Yeah, let's do this first.
Okay, so the palate is toffee, vanilla bean, butterscotch, malted shake, toasted marshmallow.
Maybe, no, and no.
Yeah, I mean, it's really muted. I get some of the toffee, the caramel, toffee, vanilla bean. I really feel like this is a really light high malt.
Well, it's like anything else. You let it breathe. You'll pick up some more of the malt and the more nuanced flavors because you let some of the alcohol flash off.
And to be fair, we actually had about a 10-minute break just now.
Yeah, we did.
That we edited out.
Yeah, but it's still very subtle. And
yeah, it did let some of the alcohol shelf off a little bit,
Yeah.
so I can actually, it's not as spicy, huggy in the,
yeah,
and
I can actually pick up more of the actual malted flavor now.
Now I can as it sat for
So,
a few minutes.
I'm wondering, it'd be one of those things. We might be just you pour it up, let it sit for 5 minutes before you even really get into it.
I feel like I can smell the popcorn a little bit more in it now than I did before.
Now, I'm not gonna say it doesn't taste bad. It actually tastes good.
No, it's not a bad whiskey.
No.
So the finish on this is long and sweet. I call complete. Long on that, I call some.
No.
It's long if you feel like that hug's sitting around a little bit, maybe, but I feel like once it passes the palate, it's here and gone. They said it's oak, malt, vanilla, and honey.
No.
Honey, maybe it's a really light honey.
I mean, after we've let it sit, the only actual lingering flavor that if I can say that is still gonna be the malted flavor.
Yeah, I think so too. And
That's
I think that's that high malt.
Yeah, and it's everything else finishes fast, and whereas before you couldn't hardly taste the malt.
Yeah.
Now you can because we let it sit.
Now they've got a bottle and bond coming out on this. I think it just came out. People are going to clamor and try to get their hands on that one, pretty sure. So I'd be interested to try to get that one and see if we can review it too.
Yeah, that'd be great.
So I say let's review this one.
Okay, the rating system here.
Uno, dos, tres, cuatro, cinco, 5-finger.
Yeah, because
So that means it's like
is 5.
1, 2, no, cinco is 5. Seis is 6.
Yeah, I know, but
Somebody flunked math.
no.
And Spanish.
I flunked Spanish. 1, 2.
Tres, cuatro,
Yes.
cinco,
All right.
seis. Okay, so what do you think?
I mean, I'm gonna give this one a 2-finger.
Wow, okay.
It's not that doesn't necessarily reflect on its quality as much as it's just I know more of what I like. Price point though,
It's $35.
that's
I mean,
not bad, and
it's
actually
almost a
pretty
budget
good.
whiskey, really.
Yeah, and it's way better than a lot of budget whiskeys.
I would say so. I think they're doing some nice stuff over there. I kind of lean toward a 2.5 on this one.
Yeah, I'm just not interested in going for a purchase of a malted whiskey of some kind, and this is what I would end up with.
Yeah, like I said, it's not a bad whiskey. It's just I feel like it's missing something.
Yeah, and when we say missing something, again, that's not necessarily its fault. It's our expectations.
Yeah, I do have.
I think that's kind of what it is.
Well, okay, think about this. There's these 4 ingredients going in this thing.
Yeah.
And they're really spelling out what these ingredients are. So they're really putting a lot of attention in this high malt.
Yeah.
I don't really feel like they're really helping.
No, they're not.
That's
not.
why it's not getting a high rating. It's
Yeah.
not that it's a bad whiskey. I feel like these 4 things aren't really doing what they want it to.
Yeah, it's like what they're trying to say it is. It's not really.
It's kind of like when you're trying to call something fancy
Yeah.
and then it's not fancy. So, it's
And
like
you're
a Big Mac is like a aged beef on a artisan bun,
Yeah.
sesame seed bun.
It's unfancy.
With our special house sauce. That's a Big Mac. Maybe you think Chattanooga whiskey is the greatest thing and, we're totally just missing the mark on it.
Yeah. The thing is, I'll say this. This is my personal conclusion. It's actually a decent flavored whiskey.
If somebody
It's
handed
good.
it to me, I'd like it.
Yeah, no, it's good.
For sure.
I just was hoping for
More.
something different, something more.
Yeah, me too. I think this is I want more and I'm getting it. So.
Yeah, for sure.
So in the meantime, you guys please be sure to like, share, and
Subscribe.
go out there right now. There's a link down in our description where you can purchase our t-shirts right now. They are now for sale. And on top of that, you could also go to our Facebook group page and visit with us and talk more about Chattanooga, Tennessee whiskey or anything else that you might think whiskey related.
Because if you've had it, we want to know, and we want to see if we're on the same page or if we're off the boat.
So until then, Whiskey Pop next week. You guys continue to be cool.
And cheers.
Cheers.